Well, we're back. That's right. The boys are back in town, and we've got training camp day 1 observations. Now, this was the first day that the media was allowed into training camp, and they got some stuff for us. I'm excited, man. I can't believe it. Just like that, 6 months has gone past. It's been a tough 6 months, and then that lull period right before we get back, and from mid-June to right now, but we are back and we are in full effect. We've got news galore. But here is Tim Twentyman, and here are some of his observations. D-line duo says, it was great seeing Aidan Hutchinson and Marcus Davenport back on the field together and manning the edge of Detroit's defensive front. Davenport played only 2 games last year because of injury, and Hutchinson was lost week 6 to a broken leg. The Lions feel that the duo, along with Derek Barnes and others, can have a huge impact on Detroit's pressure and sack numbers in 2025. Hutchinson looked particularly good on Sunday in an unpadded practice to begin camp. Well, that is great to know about Hutch, because Hutch, we know what we were dealing with. But as far as that whole Marcus Davenport thing, I mean, we have heard this all before. The dude, talk to me when he gets through camp, and when he also gets through, and I'm not wearing my I Believe in Davenport shirt, and when he gets through, at least, for me, Marcus Davenport has to play at least 7 games for me to kind of be like, okay, all right, give me 7 games, and then we'll talk. But we know we've got a change in the offensive line. We're going to have a lot of movement on that offensive line. What did Tim have to say about that? Says O-line order. Says, expect a lot of moving parts throughout training camp along Detroit's offensive line as they try to replace 2 starters along the interior. The first group with the first team was Dan Skipper, Christian Mahogany, Tate Ratledge, Graham Glasgow, and Panay Sewell. That could very well be our starting lineup in addition to Taylor Deckard. Left tackle Taylor Deckard, shoulder started camp on the PUP list. Glasgow also worked in at center with the first team. Players are expected to move all over as the coaches try to find the best 5-man combination. I don't think that 5-man combination is going to include Dan Skipper, but it's great to see him in there right now, filling in for the injured Taylor Deckard. Our offensive line has been a staple of why this team has found success. We've had anchors at every point. We've had Panay Sewell anchoring that right side, Taylor Deckard with the left, and then Frank Ragnow with the center. And I think that we are going to see some growing pains. If you see it right now, they right now are trying to find the best combination. So to say our offensive line is going to be what it was, I think is an understatement or an overstatement. I think that we have to play it cool. We're going to have some growing pains in this offensive line. Now, we do have a guy that can be a stud at center, that's playing center, right? And we're going to have some work, some move arounds, man, so be ready for that. But speaking of making plays, here's what Tim had to say. Catch of the day. Says, speaking of big plays in the pass game, the catch of the day was hauled in by veteran wide receiver Tim Patrick, who went up and over slot cornerback Amik Robertson for a big catch down the right sideline. Patrick, 6'5", 210, has a significant size advantage over Robinson, 5'9", 183, and used it on this particular play. Now, that would be like me trying to cover Tim Patrick. 5'9", but Amik is a dog, said you can't bury what comes from the dirt. And, he going to give it all he got. But it's good to see Tim Patrick doing what he's doing. And it's good to see that, because I really wasn't super impressed when they signed him last year. But he wound up proving me very, very wrong. And I have no problem with that. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do this year. Seeing him get added in the offense early. Because remember, we actually signed him to the practice squad with the idea that he would be elevated to the 53-man roster. We didn't start the season with him on the active roster. That happened a little later. That's one of the reasons I think that we lost to Tampa Bay. We were still missing that Josh Reynolds piece that we didn't find until later when we added him to the roster, and we went from there. And our offense picked up from there, and the rest is history. But we got a situation, man, and that situation is Hendon Hooker. A lot of people feel like Hendon Hooker could be traded sometime during the offseason, and even now. Could Hendon Hooker go to a team that could use his services sooner than us? Because according to Tim Twentyman, Hendon Hooker is starting off camp on the wrong foot. Here's what he had to say. Backup quarterback. Today, it was Kyle Allen taking reps with the second team offense behind Goff. that will likely rotate every day, which has typically been the case for competing backup quarterbacks in Dan Campbell's tenure. It will be an interesting competition to watch throughout camp. Allen has made 19 career starts, has more touchdowns, 26, than interceptions, 21, over a 7-year career. Hendon Hooker has the better arm and ability to create plays with his legs. Now, I'm going to tell you this. If you draft somebody in the second round, if Hendon Hooker was ready to back up Jared Goff, in my opinion, and again, this will rotate every day, but I'm going to tell you why I think that this is going to be the order when we go to the season. Either it will be Allen or someone else that will be the backup quarterback. Hendon Hooker needs game time. And when I saw him last season, he's going to play the whole preseason, but they're going to alternate between the two backup quarterbacks. So he still won't get a full game. But when you see him, keep an eye on him in practice, keep an eye on him in the preseason. It all adds up last year that he was not ready for the backup role. And I don't see a lot changing this year. So even though it's day one, wouldn't you think that he would start, if Hendon was really your guy, that he would start with the second team day one? But maybe that's just me. Maybe you have a different opinion. Let me know what it is in the comment section below. But to top it off, and I was going to make another video from this, but I will add this in right now. Second-year cornerback Ennis Rakestraw Jr. left practice and was evaluated for a chest injury. Now, turns out, and I believe I have this tweet that is bookmarked and saved, Ennis Rakestraw actually has a chest contusion. He has a chest contusion. I didn't save it, but he does. That came out after Tim dropped his observations. Ennis Rakestraw left practice with a chest contusion. We don't know the severity of it. I'm guessing he got hit in the chest. Yeah, I can't say I've ever had one. I probably have. Car accident, something like that. Like, you get contusions when you get hit by an airbag in the chest, something like that. So we hear that this game is like getting into a car crash every time you get hit. That would make sense. Probably got hit, fell some type of way, and bruised his chest. That's probably what this is. So hopefully he can make a speedy recovery and it won't keep him out that long. But, you know, it's tough, man, because I think if you're a rookie and you're injured, you start off injured. Like, it sticks with you. And then you have to overcome the stigma of, can you stay healthy, right? We saw with Ife Melifonwu. Ife Melifonwu spent the first 2 years kind of injured, came alive the end of his third year, and then wind up being injured his fourth year. So it's not a good start to Ennis Rakestraw career, but we'll see what happens going forward. Hopefully it's not a big deal and he can be on the field sooner than later. But let me know your thoughts on day one observations by Tim Twentyman. And if you are going, hopefully you will be there on Saturday. I actually been invited Saturday the 26th to go to the LLM season ticket holder practice, which I've never been. I have sat in the VIP, and I've been when the peasants go, right, which is myself included, but I have never been to one that was exclusive to season ticket holders, so I'm looking forward to that. This channel is made possible by viewers, subscribers, and members just like you. It's because of your support I get to do what I do. You could be anywhere else on YouTube, but you choose to rock with me. Just a little update. Detroit Lions Weekly will resume Thursday. We're back, and if you are subscribed to Syndicate Sports Detroit, Spike Kool-Aid will resume very soon as well, maybe even tomorrow. All right, you guys are awesome. Take care of yourself and each other, and as always, go Lions. If not tomorrow, next Monday for sure.